Hello and welcome back to Matt Hayes Tottenham blog and to another Premier League team news video. Today I'm going to be giving you the updates on Tottenham and Southampton's team news for the game in the Premier League on Saturday. So before I get started, if you want more content like this plus different interactive live streams, match previews, reviews and breaking news videos, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and click the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. So the team news from Tottenham is pretty much what we were expecting, the same as it has been for a couple of weeks now. Giovanni Lo Celso and Ryan Sessegnon are our two absentees for this game. Lo Celso, of course, picked up that hip injury in the international game against Chile a couple of weeks ago, and Ryan Sessegnon is continuing to fight back from that injury he was suffering with when we did sign him from Fulham in the summer. He was expected to be back by now, that's no secret, but before the Champions League game against Olympiacos last week, he did suffer a minor setback in that injury, and it has kept him sidelined now for another couple of weeks, but he is continuing the later stages of rehabilitation, so it does feel as though he will be back sooner rather than later. Now, as for the team that's going to be playing in this game, it's so hard to predict because you can't really look at, aside from Harry Winks, you can't really look at any player who has given their best and has played to their best of their abilities so far this season. I'm struggling to think, even Heung-min Son in the last couple of weeks, he has had absolutely no influence whatsoever. Harry Kane, the goals haven't been there. Even going back to last season, only 17 Premier League goals, that was his worst return yet. The players that you'd be looking towards in the defence, Toby Alderweireld, Davinson Sanchez, Jan Vertonghen, they just haven't been good. The fullbacks have been suffering. And it's so hard to pick a starting 11 for this game, and I do think Pochettino will struggle trying to decide which 11 is the best for this game, but I think he has to go with a very attacking lineup for a game against Southampton, who is a team that, like the last few teams we've played, we should be comfortably beating. But I do think this is a game where he is going to try and maybe get back to that free-flowing football we saw against Crystal Palace in our last home game. So I think he will go with the same formation, similar lineup. Will of course be Hugo Lloris back in goal. He missed the game last Saturday after the birth of his son, and he was, of course, absent for the game against Colchester, as you'd expect Paolo Gazzaniga to play in those cup games. So I think Hugo Lloris will be back. I'm hoping to see Serge Aurier in right back. Obviously that amazing performance against Palace was so unfortunate not to be on the score sheet against Leicester. So I think he does deserve to be in the starting 11 for this one. Centre backs, at the moment it does feel to be the best of some bad options with the form that we've seen from our defenders this season. But I think it will be Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen, and then Danny Rose playing a left back. I feel like it has to be Tanguy Ndombele and Harry Winks in the middle of that park, because as I said, Winks is probably the one player that you can look at this season who's been, maybe aside from the first game or two, who has been at his best. He's been our best player this season in my opinion. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And Tanguy Ndombele still adjusting to the English league, and you can tell that his game isn't at the best, and even Pochettino has said it. We're not going to see the best from him for a couple of months, so I think we need to get him in as much as possible, and maybe he could be a player to help us out in this poor run of form with his ability and his power, I suppose, in the middle of the park. The three behind the striker, Eric Lamela has to start this game, in my opinion. He absolutely has to start. A terrific start this season for him. A couple of goals, a couple of assists. And even outside of that, kind of final product statistics, he has been a great influence on our team. He always gives 100% when he's on the pitch, and that hasn't faltered this season at all. So I think he will be starting. And as for who starts with him, I mean, it's so hard to choose. I think maybe Heung-min Son will start because he, when he's not the most consistent player, but when he does play well, he is completely unplayable. Or best finisher in the squad. I know obviously Harry Kane is our top goal scorer, but I think in terms of kind of conversion rates and stuff like that, and how likely he is to take a chance, I do think Heung-min Son is a better finisher than Kane. Like with Kane, he misses a lot of chances, but he gets in those positions so often that his goal return is absolutely exceptional. Now the other player that could start instead of Heung-min Son would be Lucas Moura. Obviously missed that penalty against Colchester on Tuesday. He didn't have the best impact throughout the game, but he's a player who has been so unlucky that he hasn't been in our starting team for so long now, and it's just because the options around him just have seemed to be better. But with the form that we've seen from Christian Eriksen, Dele Alli lately, one of them will have to start this game, but you can't go with the two of them with the form that they've shown lately. So I suppose on the right it will be Eric Lamela, on the left it will be one of Son or Lucas. I'm not entirely sure who Pochettino is going to go with. In the centre, Ali or Eriksen. I don't really think there's anyone else who could get into that team. I think if it would be a bit of an overload if we did go with Lamela, Lucas and Son, three entirely pacey players. they're all creative, but they're not as creative as you might want in a player playing behind that striker. So maybe for that reason, Christian Eriksen would be the better option. And of course, Harry Kane up front. I don't think he's going to go with any of the kind of young players that played during the week. Tanganga, Parrott, Skip even. I don't think any of them are going to get into the starting 11. We might see them on the bench, but they certainly won't be starting the game. And look, on paper, that is a team that should be capable of beating Southampton without any shadow of doubt. That is a team that should go out and, like we did against Palace, beat Southampton in that first half and relax for the second half and kind of, not waste too much energy ahead of that game against Bayern Munich on Tuesday. But look, with the form that we've shown lately, anything can happen, and it's not a game I'm particularly looking forward to, but I do think we will this one, but it's just hard to predict at the moment. Anything is possible. Quickly, just for Southampton's team news for this game, of course they're coming into this one after a brilliant win away to Portsmouth in the Carabao Cup during the week. Their away form at the moment is actually exceptional, and I'll be getting more into that in my match preview tomorrow. But Moussa Djenepo has missed their last 2 games with a muscle injury, and he remains a doubt. But aside from that, they have a fully fit squad, and they'll be raring to go tomorrow after, as I said, a brilliant victory away to Portsmouth during the week. And they're on some good form, and they'll be coming to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium knowing just how poor Tottenham have been and how unsettled we are, and that we are there for the taking. But hopefully we'll have enough to deal with that. But as I said, I'll be getting more into that in my match preview tomorrow. As for this video, that is all I have time for today. Don't forget to leave down in the comments your predicted lineup for this game, and if you've enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do that now. Thanks for watching.